My name is Jason Thompson. I've been an attorney since 2001. I specialize in criminal defense primarily. Do a lot of appeals and post-conviction work for individuals that have already been convicted as well. The name of my law firm is Thompson Law, LLC. I'm the sole proprietor, and I've been here in Salem, Oregon for pretty much my whole life, but I went to Willamette Law School, which is here in Salem. I went to high school here in Salem, and I practice all over the state of Oregon, primarily doing this type of work. The main reason why I decided that I wanted to go to law school is because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do ultimately for a profession, and I thought a law degree would be a great platform or foundation for a lot of different things. In law school, I started clerking for a judge on the Oregon Court of Appeals. He became a justice at the Oregon Supreme Court, and then I clerked for him full time, and he was an ex-criminal defense attorney. He got me interested in practicing criminal defense to some extent, but I think the first time I ever knew that I wanted to go to law school or that I was interested in being a lawyer was in high school. I remember reading To Kill a Mockingbird, and that was the first time that I really thought about what it would be like to be an actual courtroom lawyer, representing sometimes unpopular people in society for whatever reason, good, bad, or indifferent. And that was the first time that I ever thought about being a lawyer. But I think the main thing that I like about being a lawyer and what really got me in terms of being a lawyer is that, or wanting to be a lawyer, is that you're helping people with problems, but at the same time, in private practice, you're also running a business. And so you get kind of you have a business, but it's definitely has a philanthropic component to it, and you're always helping people at a time of need, that's for sure. What I try to be best at with helping clients with is making sure that they have reasonable expectations for what's happening or what is going to be happening in their case, albeit at trial or an arraignment or at sentencing, trying to make sure that they have a good way of judging for themselves what risks they're taking, what things we can predict, what things we can't predict, how they can maybe make decisions differently going forward to help them in the position that they find themselves in after hiring me. So I think the biggest thing that I try to do for people is to manage their expectations with a system that is very difficult to understand unless you're in it on a regular basis. And most people are not in the criminal justice system on a regular basis. And so that's where I try to come in and help people is all of my clients, for the most part, are not in the criminal justice system regularly. And so having a way of capturing expectations and making sure that those are reasonable is what I try to help people with, whether that's in a trial setting or just handling their case. The strengths that I would have would be, first and foremost, to helping clients manage expectations and to know what questions to ask. A lot of times, for whatever reason, people come into my office in a much different way than they go into their doctor's office. A lot of people will come into my office and they want to tell me what the problem is and tell me what I need to do to make it better. And oftentimes after talking to the people for 5 to 10 minutes, it becomes pretty clear that they're not even exactly sure what their problems are. And it's much better for them to tell me what the symptoms are. Kind of like with a doctor, you go in and you don't necessarily tell the doctor what kind of surgery needs to be performed. You just tell them, my left side hurts or my right arm hurts. And you let the doctor kind of figure out and diagnose the situation. So I think one of my strengths is making sure that people understand what questions are appropriate to ask, what questions they should be asking that they're not asking, what questions that they were maybe worried about that they don't really need to be worried about. Things of that sort. So again, it's managing expectations and then being extremely forthright with clients, even when you have bad news to convey to them. They know that they're going to be getting straight information from me, so they don't have to worry about whether or not they can trust me, because I think trust is probably the most important component of having a lawyer that's helping you through the criminal justice system, is having a very strong bond of trust. And if they can trust you, then I think clients will have a much better experience in the criminal justice system as a whole. I think the number one thing that I'd want my clients to know about me, or potential clients to know about me, is that they don't ever have to worry about thinking that I am telling them something that I do not 100% believe is true and accurate. In other words, sometimes I see attorneys tell clients things that I know that, and they know that the client really wants to hear, but that's not really what the client should be hearing at this particular time for whatever reason. And the number one thing I want my clients to know is that they can trust me, and good, bad, or indifferent, that the information that they're going to be getting from me is as accurate as I can make it. And I can take away as many unknowns and risks associated with a pretty risky area of practice, if you will. But I'm trying to manage those expectations, and I try to help people make decisions for themselves. And to do that, they need to be able to trust me. And so the number one thing I'd want clients to know about me, or even potential clients to know, is that when I tell you something, that you can trust it, and you don't have to worry about me saying something just because it might be the easy thing to say to a client, or shining the client on at a particular moment in time, because I know we're going to have to confront some difficult issues on a regular basis. And so I want all of my clients to be able to trust me without exception.